Peter Thiel, Sam Altman, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates have invested in AI-driven rare earth drilling in Greenland. These tech billionaires aren't just building AI, they're betting on the raw materials that will power it. The company is Kobold Metals, and it's the Google Maps for the Earth's crust. It started as a simple idea. AI could find what humans were missing. And in a world running on batteries, chips, and technology, the biggest bottleneck wasn't software. It was critical metals like copper, nickel, lithium, and cobalt. These metals power everything from EVs to data centers, and traditional mining finds them slowly and inefficiently. So Kobold built AI-driven exploration tools that analyze massive amounts of geological data and predict where rich deposits actually hide. But here's where it gets strategic. Early on, Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos backed the company, putting real capital behind this vision. Later, Sam Altman joined in Kobold's funding rounds through his venture fund. They didn't invest because it sounded cool. They invested because the world is running out of resources, and AI might be the only way to unlock the next generation of critical minerals. Now, Kobold is worth billions, with dozens of exploration projects across the globe, from Africa to Greenland. And as Greenland headlines dominate geopolitics, remember this: tech isn't just about software anymore. It's about controlling the materials that power the future. Because if you can't get the resources, you can't build the future. Elon Musk is on the verge of the biggest IPO in history, but he almost failed. Back in 2002, Elon had a crazy idea. What if space rockets were reusable? In his mind, space exploration was too expensive and too slow. And that idea became SpaceX, a company built to slash launch costs and make space travel more possible. But at first, it was a disaster. Rockets exploded, and Elon was burning through his entire fortune. By 2008, SpaceX was on the brink of collapse. Then came the choice: shut it down, or risk everything on one final launch. So he doubled down. His last attempt to safely launch and land a rocket worked. NASA signed on. Funding poured in, and SpaceX survived. Then it accelerated. Reusable boosters, faster launches, lower costs than anyone thought possible. Today, SpaceX launches more rockets than every country on Earth combined, dominates satellite deployment, and is building the system meant to take humans to Mars. And now, after years of staying private, Elon is expected to take SpaceX public in 2026. The IPO could be the largest in US history, because sometimes the future isn't built safely, it's built by betting everything. This guy from Arkansas was broke, heartbroken, and stuck, then built Walmart into a $500 billion empire. In 1950, Sam Walton had just lost everything: his store, his savings, and his mother. With 4 kids to feed, he borrowed from his father-in-law and scraped together enough to open a small shop in Bentonville, Arkansas. But running it meant driving 10 hours through the Ozarks to manage suppliers. Every mile felt like a reminder of what he'd lost. Then one day a small plane flew overhead, and Sam had an idea. What if he flew instead of driving? He chartered a plane, cut that 10-hour trip down to 90 minutes, and never looked back. As Walmart grew, Sam flew daily, checking inventory, scouting traffic, even counting cars in competitor parking lots. People thought he was crazy, but he wasn't chasing comfort. He was chasing speed, insight, and an edge. That edge built Walmart, now a $500 billion powerhouse with over 10,000 stores. Sam's secret? Go the opposite way everyone else is going and do it faster. This Senegalese immigrant in Italy went from a factory worker to a net worth of $900 million. Meet Kaby Lame, the most followed creator in the world. Born in Dakar, Senegal, and raised in Italy, Kaby grew up in a working-class neighborhood near Turin. Before TikTok, Kaby worked in a factory, supporting his family and trying to get by. But then the pandemic hit, and he was laid off. He was jobless and broke, so he started making videos in the early days of TikTok. But here's what made him different. He didn't talk. He made silent humor go viral, mocking silly life hacks with expressions that every human could understand. And the world fell in love. Views exploded. Followers poured in. And by 2022, he became TikTok's most followed creator in the world, beating every influencer everywhere. Then, brands noticed him. Hollywood joined the fun. Even luxury labels like Hugo Boss collaborated with him. But Kaby didn't stop at TikTok influence. He built Step Distinctive Limited, the company that manages his brand, deals, and global influence. Then, in 2026, everything changed. His company was acquired by Hong Kong-based Rich Sparkle Holdings, valued at nearly $1 billion. From a factory floor during COVID to building a global business empire. Even though Kaby doesn't speak, he became one of the most powerful voices on social media today.